Hi everyone, it's Lorelie, and today I'm going to share with you how I make a cheesecake wedding cake. This is part one, and I'm going to have a part two, and at the end I'm going to cut the cake so you can actually see what it looks like on the inside. So stay tuned. Cheesecake wedding cake, 12 pounds of cream cheese, 12 eggs, 6 cups of sugar, 6 teaspoons of vanilla, 12 tablespoons of cornstarch, 6 cups of sour cream. Everything's at room temperature, and we're going to go ahead and mix that right now. If you're doing this at home and you don't have a big mixer like this, which you probably don't, you can do this in your regular mixer. You're just going to have to do lots of batches. In goes the sugar. The method is the same whether you're making a small amount of batter or a large amount. You want to whip up the cream cheese and the sugar until it gets a little bit lighter and fluffier. Then you're going to add your eggs. And once the eggs are in, you don't want to beat it too much. You just want to mix the eggs in. Follow that with cornstarch. And finally your vanilla. Give that a scrape. Make sure you get all the cornstarch and vanilla mixed in and the eggs. And then mix it on low. And the final step is to add your sour cream. One more final scrape. And it should be nice and creamy and ready for the pans. For the crust, I'm going to do 6 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 6 tablespoons of sugar. Mix that up and then add your butter. I'm going to start with 12 ounces of butter. I'm going to add a little bit more butter because I like it super buttery. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting some butter down, just a little bit, along the bottom and the sides. Now, you probably have noticed this is not a cheesecake pan. I usually make my cheesecakes in regular pans, then I freeze them, and then when I'm ready to take them out of the pan, I put them over the burner just to get them a little warmed up, to get the butter warmed up, and then I put the cardboard round on here and I flip them and they come right out of the pan. So you don't need to have a springform. This is a springform pan. I do have one springform that I'm going to use. And actually, I prefer the regular pans because the butter doesn't run out of the bottom. Like with the springform, because I like a really buttery crust, sometimes the butter leaks out and gets into the oven. So if you do use a springform pan, put them on a cookie sheet so that it catches the butter. I'm concentrating on the bottom, but first I'm going to go and kind of get a little dusting of it on the side. And then I like to use my hands mostly, but you can use a fork, a spoon, or sometimes I use a cup, like a measuring cup, and just press it in there. And finally, the fun part, filling your pans. Now I'm going to keep these kind of thinnish because I'm going to put a generous amount of buttercream in the center of each cake, and I don't want them to be too thick. Plus they'll be a little easier to manage that way. So I just filled it about halfway. It will rise a little bit and then kind of fall a little bit. Here's how I get the cheesecakes out of the pan. These are frozen, and the reason I freeze them is because if they're not really firm and you try to handle them, they're going to break easily, and they're not going to come out in one piece easily. So I freeze them first, and then I put them over a low flame, and what it does is it warms up the butter that's in the graham cracker crumb coating, and then it just comes right out of the pan. Just stick that back in the freezer until you're ready to use it. Yep, pop right out. Pan's not too hot. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed the video and the delicious cake. And next week I will do part 2, and the delivery of the wedding cake will be part 3. So stay tuned for the rosette ombre beautiful cheesecake wedding cake. If you like my videos, please let me know by subscribing and also liking and sharing. And check out the links below underneath the videos. I have lots of links there, and one of them takes you to my book, Wedding Cakes with Lorelie, Step by Step. It's got all my best recipes, and it also has how to make a wedding cake. So I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. See you later, everybody. Thanks for being here.